Happy April Fools! Just kidding. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the episode April Fools from the Penguins of Madagascar. Now, if you're not familiar with this episode, let me tell you some about it. In this episode, Julian finds out about the holiday April Fools, and he wants to start pranking the animals. But when his advisor Maurice tells him that it only works on April 1st, he doesn't listen to him and starts pranking the animals anyway. And the penguins are also on that list. So he yells for them to come and help him because he says that this alligator that's in the zoo is trying to eat him. So the penguins go to rescue Julian, and then the alligator and the penguins find out that it was a prank. And Skipper's like, Julian, it's not April 1st. But Julian doesn't listen, and he keeps on pranking the penguins over and over. And then finally, once the penguins have had enough of it, they try to, I forget what Skipper calls it, unprank themselves, or anyway, they get ready for, any other pranks that Julian might throw their way. So, so anyway, Julian then pranks another one of the zoo animals. He scribbles permanent marker on one of them, which that's horrible. At least I think it was permanent marker, but anyway, it wasn't good. That was a horrible prank. But anyway, the rhino gets mad at Julian, and it doesn't help that it's not April 1st. It's actually August in this episode, so that makes things even worse. Anyway, so the rhino gets mad at Julian and tries to hurt him. And then now that Julian's truly in need of help, he goes to the penguins, and they don't want to help him, well, because they think it's a prank. So, yeah. It kind of reminds me of this episode kind of reminds me of that old story, The Little Boy That Cried Wolf. It kind of reminds me of that in a way. So, anyway. So, Julian tries to get the penguins to help. They don't help, of course, because they don't believe him due to his pranks. So, Julian tries to get away from the rhino, and just as the rhino's about to clobber Julian, the penguins step in and save Julian. And then when the rhino gets back up, he charges at Julian, and one of the penguins pushed Julian out of the way, and then it was revealed that they ended up pranking Julian. Which, I gotta admit, Julian did deserve that, but I remember when I first saw the episode and Julian ran off crying, I remember that I didn't like that at all. And now, I've mentioned before in one of my videos where I talked about Julian, that he was actually the first character from the show that I liked. He was the first Madagascar character I liked, so and I was new to the franchise at that time when I saw that episode, and I just didn't like that. They hurt the poor guy's feelings. Now, I get that he did, that he shouldn't have done that, especially since it wasn't April 1st. I mean, he was asking for trouble, that's for sure, but I think they just really hurt his feelings, and I just don't like that. Again, he did deserve it, but I think they should have did that in a different way. Maybe that's just me, because again, Julian was the first character I liked in the franchise, and when I saw this episode, I was, still pretty new to it, so, yeah. Plus, I like cartoon characters in general, and I'm sure you've noticed that if you've seen my other videos, so I'm sure you've noticed that, and I just don't like how they did that to Julian. I mean, yes, it is kind of funny, but I don't know, I'm just like private in a way. I just don't like how they did that to poor Julian. But anyway, this is a pretty good episode. I again don't like that part where they hurt poor Julian, but anyway, at least he didn't, get physically hurt, as in that rhino clobbering him, so that I'm glad of. So, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more. Bye!